Hey guys.
Welcome to our first fail series.
Well, our first video in the fail series, right?
Yeah. Initially, this series was supposed to be called Jesus Take Us Now, or I Wish Rapture Would Have Happened, and that we were in the Lord's good graces by His grace. But no.
Yeah, but there were also other names like Lord, please strike down the people in power here in this city.
Also, take us from here.
Take us away. So today is the day of Saint John,
Yeah, the theologian.
the theologian. So we just wanna say something. Thanks for nothing. Thanks for nothing, Saint John.
Well, he wasn't much of a filmographer, if you ask me.
No, the thing is, if you know how people from time to time want a sign from God.
Mm-hmm.
Like today, I got 15 signs, left and right, and I've learned a lot. But it cost me a lot. Actually, B and I were supposed to record today, and it all started with a serious misunderstanding, where B here thought that we agreed that he will come to my office in the afternoon and that we will record, while I put in my calendar that we will record late in the evening after 10 p.m. remotely.
Alas.
But then, I don't even want to start about my day today, but as I was finishing my interrupted nap, I got a message from him saying something like, "What are we going to talk about today?" And then I sent him a funny Instagram post, which is ridiculous. We'll share it if possible, about how cats are supposed to wear pants.
There's also a version how is Alien from Alien supposed to wear a cap.
Nice. So basically, and then he told me, okay, I'm about to leave for your office, and I was like,
Wait, what?
hold on, how do you mean you're gonna leave for my office? And then I decided to respect the agreement that he thought we had, and I also basically started going to the office. But then we were in touch, and he told me that the traffic jam is big, and there's a huge crowd in the bus, and that there's 150 new corona infections a day now, etc., etc. And we all know B's history.
And yours?
And
You're
mine.
part of my history with Corona.
Unfortunately. So basically, I was like, look, you're in the public transportation. Just get out, whatever you are right now, and I'll just sit in the car and just drive to you, and we will record outside because it's such a wonderful day.
Was.
So he was like, okay, and he does come down, exits the bus pretty close to where I am. Usually, if I drove directly from my home, it would take me like 12 to 15 minutes to get there. So it's nothing. So I told him something down the lines of, look, it's going to take me 10 minutes to go to my office, to pick up another 5 minutes to pick up the equipment, and I'll be there in another 10. So see you in 25.
To quote the gospel.
Heretic alarm, please.
Yeah.
So an hour and 5 or 10 minutes later,
Yeah.
and many a traffic jam later.
And 2 meetings. He was being productive.
Yeah, I actually had, while I was going through the traffic jam, I had 2 meetings, and I watched a wonderful YouTube video of this kid who built the Among Us game in 3D.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, I laughed so hard. People were looking at me because I was like, it's good weather, so I was like, I opened up the car left and right. I was like, let the air flow.
Let the sunshine in.
Yeah, and everybody was like, look at this guy. And I was like, I'm like laughing so hard.
What is the secret to his happiness?
Exactly.
To his irrational happiness?
And everybody's like sweating through the traffic jam. It reminded me of Los Angeles. They imported the traffic jam here.
But not the pot.
Yeah, but not the pot. So basically, I finally pick B here up, and we park. We parked at the beginning of this. How do you call this thing?
Bank.
Yeah, it
Riverbank.
It is a riverbank, but when it's
It's a promenade.
thank you, sir. That's what it is.
And I need a pomade.
Vocabulary plus plus. Let me put you in the shot a bit more. Your beard. Don't run away. So
It's okay, boy. It's okay.
so we park and B starts telling me about how he literally hates people on bicycles and push scooters. Right after I almost went through one with my car.
Amen.
Because he was just driving too fast.
The only good cyclist is the one who's not.
A cyclist. So we park and we start looking for a bench. Somewhere where we could sit. The nature is beautiful. It's all park.
Guys,
But no bench.
guys, they could find the wedding dress of the Mother of God. We couldn't find a bench in this huge park.
No, let me correct you. They were benches, but they were literally
Brr.
next to the pedestrian path. So it's like,
Okay, no, I just remembered our first
are
shooting
you
location.
feeling well?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, our first shooting location.
Yeah, but
So-
you tell.
We walk and we walk and we walk and we walk and we talk about how he had a crappy day, how I had a crappy day.
We're trying to outcrap each other.
Yeah,
Each
exactly.
other's day.
and it was pretty balanced. It was pretty balanced.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
which was surprising because I was like, you can't outcrap this.
But he had a half an hour nap, which was interrupted, and I'm like, thought Bubble next to me. You had a nap. Shut
No,
up.
no, I didn't have a half an hour app. I actually,
Okay, it takes you time to fall asleep, so it was a 20-minute top
no, it was
nap.
like 10 to 15 minutes, and then my wife started
Do you
doing
notice the
call.
glare?
Stop it. So basically, then we encountered this part where you can like go left, and there's a couple of benches, and the benches have this like middle part where it's actually before we got there, I remember that I forgot to bring the stand for the camera, which we left in the car, and we were walking so far away that the car is now so far away it doesn't make sense to go back. So we were like, we need to find a bench or a place where we can actually place the camera so that we can actually record.
So this makes majority of benches useless because
Exactly. But we keep walking and we find a bench that makes sense.
Just a moment, guys. In the description, we link to you the joke of Bishop Fulton Sheen about 3 drunk people staying in a hotel with 100 floors. When M told me that he forgot the stand, I remembered that joke, and you will see why.
It's a great joke though. And we find the bench. And I test it out a bit, and I see that it could actually be a very decent shot. If you think about it, it would have been very creative.
Would have.
Would have been, yes.
Had it there be none of.
None of this, let's call it fountain.
Yeah.
It's a public because this city does not lack fountains.
No.
But you know the kind of fountain where people drink water. I think it's called a fountain in English as well, right?
Yeah.
The kind of fountain that's a public fountain that people use to drink water from the public water supply. And we were like, you know what? This is like pretty crowded, because as we were standing there and as I was trying out how the bench would support the camera, people would come and go and they would slurp the water. And as B was telling me that, you know, this is not gonna work because of all the people, there were like 2 kids who were like slurping this water so hard, it just rendered everything else ridiculous.
Yeah, but they were also like spitting it out, like they go
Yeah.
like 5, 6, like both of them did it like 5 times.
Yeah,
while we were
like a statue of Poseidon, you know. And we continue walking. So we continue walking, right? We continue walking, and we end up basically looking for a coffee shop where we could sit down and potentially put the camera on something on the desk, on the table or something.
We had more luck than with the bench.
True. And here we are, drinking lemonade and coffee. By the way, it's a wonderful combination.
Yeah.
And we try to set the camera. It won't work. The microphone is too heavy, and
It's difficult to balance the camera.
It's impossible to balance. And I'm like, okay, but we'll put the camera here, and then we'll move the microphone somewhere else.
And we will use the sugar bowl and the Coke bottle and the coffee mug, to make this weird Bible illustrated hands contraption for the recording.
Yeah. And I turn the camera on so that I can see if it's making a good shot, and something's flashing. And it's flashing that it doesn't have a memory card, because my memory card is I left it back home. So let's summarize. We missed on the we completely misunderstood each other in terms of when we're going to record. Then we both suffered a serious traffic jam. Then we walked for
an hour. No, not really an hour, but
we
it felt.
walked for ridiculously long. Then I forgot the stand. Then we had little to no success with the bench next to a slurping fountain. We finally found a coffee shop where this could potentially work. Then we spent time to try to set it all up, and finally we were greeted by this flashing light that says, "You idiot."
You shall not record.
So what we're doing right now is actually we're using my phone with its lousy camera, the front camera, because
it's a pretty good camera, and nothing's wrong with it.
And God only knows how the audio is gonna sound like. And we are sitting here, slurping our drinks and giving a report on why we simply could not deliver this episode.
And we made an episode out of it.
And we made an episode. And by the way, just so you're aware of where we're sitting.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's pretty nice though.
Yeah.
You didn't expect that, right? All you saw was basically the sky and these two little church mice.
There were swans. We literally had swans around us, but
we had swans, but they left when they heard us talking.
I want to say when we ate them.
I want to say they left when you did something like.
They were cute.
Yeah, they were, but you don't say that to a bird.
It's a bird. What does it know?
Is it a bird?
Is it the plane?
It's a bird
plane.
Yeah, so we are sitting in front of a hotel that carries the name of our former bigger country, Yugoslavia. Was it better? I don't know.
Well,
How much of it do you remember? You were a tiny little kid in daycare.
yeah,
when
but my parents
Yugoslavia
remember it really well.
Who cares what your parents remember? They were all of them communists and Yugoslavians.
Yugoslavians. To win a Yugoslavene.
Yeah, so that was it. So thank you, city manager Vesic, for literally destroying our city, one piece at a time, and then renovating what you've destroyed, and then re-renovating it, and then re-renovating it because you used bad materials or bad personnel. And yeah.
I just imagine that my, if there are some kind of tall houses after we die, mine would be appearing in a room, and there's Vesic tied up on the floor, and a mining pick next to him, and the demon saying something along the lines of, "Be very careful what you do now, because you will be judged on it." And I'm like horribly tempted.
You're like, I don't know, maybe the pick is an overkill, and then Here's a plastic spoon.
Exceedingly long murder with an inefficient weapon.
Oh God! Well, I watched. My wife and I watched this episode of the Outlander,
Okay.
where this lady's like, she's torturing her husband because he was a bastard to her,
Okay.
and he suffered a stroke,
Oh no.
and she kept him alive just so that she could like burn his feet over and over again or something like that. I was like, dear God.
But did he deserve it?
Well, yes.
Okay.
But you know it's not on us to exert punishment. But the more like the stronger part of it that really got me, like sweat, was when the main character his name is Jamie, James Fraser,
Okay.
when he offered the guy to shoot him in the head because he's slowly dying, and he wanted to end his suffering.
He could also get a divorce.
And yeah, and the guy could only speak by basically blinking, and he was
Okay.
like, blink once if you want me to end your misery, and he blinked, and then he was like, by all accounts you are a wicked man, and it pains me to be the one to send a bad person to hell, so would you pray for forgiveness? And he blinked 2 times for no, and I was like, and he was like, then I'll pray to God to forgive us both, and then he killed him.
Actually, disregarding the euthanasia moment,
Yeah.
that's very Christian.
It is.
And of course, murder.
Is it euthanasia? Really?
Well, you're killing a man to spare him suffering. It's classic euthanasia. What, you don't think it is?
No, you're right. You're right.
Of course I am.
Anything else you want to say to
Yeah, I'm just looking for it.
anybody? Anybody really?
Okay.
Does anybody hear me?
Anyway, guys, I had an interview with Austin Suggs. He's a YouTuber and the owner of the channel Gospel Simplicity. I had an interview with him. The interview should be up on next Wednesday. I advertised this podcast and all of my channels and so on. I think we had a very interesting talk. So it'll be there on Wednesday.
Austin
Austin?
Powers?
No, Suggs.
Sucks.
No,
Suggs.
Suggs.
Like Biggs.
Okay. Okay, I don't know what happened just now.
No,
but
I don't know. It's sorry for interrupting, but sometimes people say somebody's name, and I'm like, it just eludes me. It just like
Oh, yeah.
it doesn't save in the memory,
that
It's
is
like,
what brains do. They forget names.
No, but it's like if I forget it instantly.
Oh, by the way, when we were recording, he was like, "Do you want me to refer you as Boyan or Boyan with last name?" And well, I don't think you can pronounce my last. Can you try? Okay, Teodosijevic. That's pretty good. Like, congrats. But yeah, we kept it at Boyan. So the video should be up on Wednesday. This being a short video, this one should go before that video. We'll see. Doesn't really matter. But I just want to let you know, and that hopefully we will get maybe even 3 subscribers of that interview.
3 subscribers would have been a godsend.
3 subscribers, Mrs. Potts. We are saved.
If I find only 3 people, I will save this city. No, this city is doomed. This city is going down because it's being destroyed.
You know how you can.
Belgrade is Gotham.
Do you know how you can ensure that God will destroy this city?
How?
Tell him to drive from point A to point B. And like, oh man, Sodom and Gomorrah will be Hawaii paradise.
Pre-volcano phase.
Yeah.
By the way, when we're talking names,
Yeah.
my business partner is physically incapable of pronouncing my last name. And a colleague of mine who I really respect a lot, so my older daughter's name is Julia, and it starts with a J, and he's from Argentina, and they read J as basically H, and he was like, "Is your daughter's name Julia?" And especially because it resembles the Serbian word hulja, which which is it's like a shady
Bastard.
shady. Well,
Yeah.
could be bastard,
Well, like bastard, but sleazier.
sleazier, exactly,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
shady. You know, like
Sleazeball.
sleazeball. Yeah, exactly. Bravo. A sleazeball. So I'm like, no. Yeah.
I wasn't sure how much Austin has, how many videos he has seen.
Gigs.
Suggs.
Oh, Господи. Azuis.
I don't.
No, brain doesn't.
Okay, it doesn't do
wanna
names. It's okay. So I was totally ready for him to call me Bojan or something, but I was ready. But
My business partner called you Bojan.
it's okay. It's my English name.
No, your English name is with a Y. Bojan.
Bojan.
I know when people write to you in comments when you're mosquito, kill it. Also, swan. Hello, swan.
No, that's boy.
Hello.
Oh, there's a swan.
Hello, swan.
I have a swan on my shoulder.
Yes.
It's my familiar.
You know, and I have a cricket.
And you have a mosquito.
Just
Stink bug. Stink bug.
I'm full of them. I have insect nets on all of my windows.
Yeah.
They find a way.
Oh yeah.
They will smuggle themselves. Literally, they will attach to my jacket or something and smuggle themselves in, and then they will die in my apartment and just be there. That's like it looks to me like it's their life goal.
Yeah.
Just to infiltrate my home and die there. It's like,
No,
wow.
they hibernate.
What?
They hibernate.
No, they're always dead. I never found them in any sort of a hibernation state.
Do you know that it is pretty similar to Looking Dead?
B.
Yes.
I know when something's dead.
I remember this comic, like a cub bear comes with a cub fox or whatever they call them, like young foxes.
Smell bug is so sus.
Yeah. So the two of them come to Mama Bear's house, and it is winter. Mom, can my friend stay for a sleepover? Of course, honey. And there's like Mama Bear and the cub bear sleeping, and the fox skeleton next to them in the spring.
That's terrible.
That's so funny.
Oh, mosquito.
This may be a sign for us
They've smelled us. They've smelled us.
They smelled frischen Blut.
Is that German?
Yeah.
Well, okay. To anybody actually watching this, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for bearing with us through this tragic story of us trying to do an episode and ended up really talking gibberish.
And instead of the episode getting mosquitoes,
Well, no, mosquitoes just appeared. Actually, it's like
No.
they were not here. I think
like 10 minutes ago.
Exactly. It's ridiculous. But yeah, thank you so much, and thank you, Boyan, missing B. Thank you
Stop blowing mosquitoes on
for
me.
waiting on me for an entire hour. But you know, you took your time. You used your time wisely, I might say.
What do you mean?
Well, you ate. I didn't have lunch because I wanted to respect your time and.
What prevented you to have lunch until I called you?
Well, actually, I was about to have lunch. That was my next.
Oh, you did that for me.
Pick up the kids from daycare, have lunch, do whatever, and then it ended up bad. Can you pick up the kids from daycare so that I can go record? We didn't include that part in our summary.
So
It's a
you're
great day.
telling me
It's a great
that
day.
I'm to blame because I made your fasting that stricter. I literally won you more grace.
You didn't, because I'm obviously grunting about it.
I'm grunting about fasting all the time.
Well, then
It comes with fasting.
you suck at fasting then, because
Oh, well,
you're,
duh.
no, you're literally
I'm
like
the intercessor, not the faster.
no you blah blah blah. You're basically you're basically nullifying your fast if you're like,
What fast?
you're nullifying your good deeds. What good deeds?
There's this joke, and there are many variants of it.
My dear audience, a Christian.
A Christian. Like horse sausage factory. You know
Sorry?
that? A joke.
Horse
Sausage
sausage.
factory.
Sounds sausagey.
Yeah, so the inspection comes, they check all the facilities, and they want to have a little word with the director of the facility. So they come to him, hello, we have checked the equipment and everything, but we want to have a word with you. Yes, what is it? The horse sausages that you make, are they pure horse meat or do you mix it with something? No, it's pure. It's complete one kind. Okay, we make.
Hides the sheepskin in a drawer.
Okay. We mix it. We mix it with something. What do you mix it with? Well, we mix it with beef. You mix it with beef? Yeah. Well, what's the ratio? 50-50. You put one measure beef, one measure horse. Well, no, one whole one one cow. What? You don't even have to put horse in it. We don't.
By the way, should Christians eat horse meat?
Sorry?
Should Christians eat horse meat?
Why shouldn't they?
I don't know.
I mean, they don't have to. They don't want to, but it's not forbidden.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Why are you sure?
because we don't have any food restrictions except eating drowned meat and bloody meat.
Drowned meat and bloody meat.
Yeah, and like carcasses.
Says who?
All of the apostles in Acts 15,
How do they know?
they didn't like drowned meat, carcasses, and bloody meat.
It's like when we talked about the apostles fasting.
Yeah.
We don't eat meat on Wednesdays and Fridays. but when do you eat meat? Well,
Once a year. Like people in the old days really didn't eat meat that much, and I really doubt they ate much cheese. I mean, technically, when you see what they're eating in the Gospels, technically all of it is what we would consider fasting in today's church.
yes, but let's be honest.
It's
here.
always bread, fish, and honey.
Let's be honest here. It's us. It's not the apostles. It's us because we are raised in
Belgrade.
with everything. Like we eat anything we want. We have so many things to choose from. So it's us, really.
Yeah, it's us.
I mean, it's us.
It's us.
The apostles are cool.
Yeah, except one. There is one Judas among them.
So sus.
So sus.
Emergency meeting.
That.
Thank you, guys. Talk to you in the next one.
Bye.
And here's how this thing looks like now when there's no light.
But there's a swan on the opposite side. On the opposite side.
This is the what you see over there. That's actually the older part of the city that's slowly beginning to light up. What you see over here is this is actually the Danube River.
Yep.
And
so.
finally, this is Hotel Yugoslavia. If you're thinking, oh my God, communist architecture, that's exactly what it is. And this is Grand Casino Belgrade. Completely relevant. Never went there. Have no idea how it looks like inside, and that's it.
And we'll never find out.
Say bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.